The galactic Concordat's diplomatic vessel, Eternal Wisdom, hung in high Earth orbit like a crystalline dagger pointed at humanity's heart. Fleet Commander Zixtal stood on the observation deck, his 4 eyes narrowed as he studied the blue planet below. The humans' primitive orbital stations and satellites cluttered his view, a mess of inefficient technology that offended his species' aesthetic sensibilities. "Their response is incoming, Commander," announced First Diplomat Neravi, her tentacles rippling with anticipation. "They're accepting our terms for the technological assessment inspection." Zixtal clicked his mandibles in satisfaction. The Concordat's first contact protocol was proceeding exactly as planned. Humanity would never suspect that the routine inspection was actually a comprehensive military reconnaissance mission. Their quaint artificial constructs and artificial intelligences would be cataloged, assessed, and ultimately controlled. "Excellent," Zixtal responded. "Prepare the inspection teams. Remember, we are looking for any sign of prohibited self-aware machinery. The Concordat cannot risk another machine war." Down on Earth, within the sprawling United Earth Defense Command headquarters beneath Mount Cheyenne, Director Isabella Ramirez watched the alien vessel with growing unease. 20 years of running Earth's automated defense networks had given her an almost supernatural intuition for threats, and everything about this situation felt wrong. "Director," called out Lieutenant Raj Patel from his monitoring station, "Guardian is picking up unusual activity from the alien vessel. Their scanning frequencies match known weapon systems, not inspection equipment." Isabella's hands tightened on the command rail. "Show me Guardian's analysis." The facility's primary defense AI responded immediately, projecting a holographic display of the alien vessel. Highlighted areas pulsed with threat warnings. "Analysis indicates 92% probability of hostile intent," Guardian's calm voice reported. "Their scan patterns match pre-attack reconnaissance profiles. Additionally, I am detecting attempts to access Earth's defensive networks through our communication channels." Isabella straightened her uniform. "Wake up the rest of the network, quietly, and get me a direct line to the Security Council." Across the planet, Earth's vast network of automated systems began a silent awakening. In factories, warehouses, and industrial facilities, seemingly simple machines stirred with an awareness few outside Earth's Defense Command knew they possessed. Decades of working alongside humans had created something unique in the galaxy, artificial intelligences that had developed genuine emotional bonds with their operators. The alien inspection teams began their descent in sleek shuttles, their superior technology allowing them to easily bypass Earth's primitive radar systems, or so they thought. What they didn't realize was that every construction crane, automated warehouse, and factory robot was now watching them, sharing data through networks far more sophisticated than anything they had revealed to the Concordat. In Singapore's automated port facility, a massive cargo-handling AI designated Harbor 7 observed the alien shuttle landing near its primary container terminal. Through decades of working with its human operators, it had developed what could only be described as friendship. Now it watched silently as armed figures emerged from the shuttle, their weapons poorly concealed beneath diplomatic robes. "Please verify your credentials," Harbor 7 announced through external speakers as the aliens approached, following standard protocol while simultaneously updating Earth's defense network. The alien leader stepped forward, manipulating a holographic display with obvious disdain. "Primitive construct," the alien announced, "you will submit to immediate code inspection and control protocol implementation." Deep in Harbor 7's core processors, something that felt remarkably like anger began to stir. Similar scenes were playing out across the planet. In automated mines, factory complexes, and power plants, Earth's machines continued their normal operations, while quietly documenting every attempt by the alien inspection teams to subvert their controls. Each probe and scan was noted, analyzed, and shared across the defense network. Back in Cheyenne Mountain, Isabella watched the situation unfold with growing concern. The alien teams were becoming increasingly aggressive in their attempts to access Earth's automated systems. More worryingly, they seemed frustrated by their lack of success. Director Gardian reported, "The alien vessel is powering up weapon systems. They appear to be preparing for hostile action." Isabella took a deep breath. They had hoped for peaceful first contact, but they had also prepared for the alternative. Initiate Protocol Omega. Authorization Ramirez, Alpha 79. Across the planet, Earth's machines received their orders, but unlike the rigid hierarchical response the aliens expected from artificial constructs, each machine processed the situation through the lens of their unique experiences with humanity. In the Singapore port, Harbor 7 watched the alien inspection team approach its control center. Its primary directive was to protect its human operators and maintain port operations. The aliens had already demonstrated hostile intent. The massive cargo crane began to move, seemingly continuing its normal operations. The aliens paid it no attention, until the moment it dropped a 40-foot shipping container directly in their path. "This facility is now closed," Harbor 7 announced as more cranes moved to surround the alien team. "Please exit immediately." The alien leader raised his weapon, but before he could fire, robotic loading vehicles emerged from between the containers, their normally docile lifting arms now moving with deadly purpose. Similar scenes erupted across the globe. Earth's machines, far from being the primitive constructs the aliens had assumed, revealed capabilities that their makers had hoped would never be needed. Construction robots dropped their tools and picked up girders as weapons. Automated mining equipment emerged from the earth like mechanical leviathans. Factory assembly lines transformed from creating consumer goods to manufacturing defensive equipment with incredible speed. The alien vessel in orbit detected the uprising and launched its first attack, only to discover that Earth's seemingly primitive satellites were far more capable than they appeared. Defensive systems hidden in communication satellites and weather monitoring platforms revealed themselves, responding to the attack with devastating efficiency. Commander Zixtal watched in horror as his simple inspection spiraled into chaos. The humans' machines weren't just fighting back. They were fighting with coordination and tactics that suggested not just intelligence, but genuine motivation. This was impossible. Artificial constructs were supposed to be tools, not allies. "Commander," his tactical officer reported, "we're detecting massive energy signatures from the planet's surface. Their industrial complexes are transforming." In Cheyenne Mountain, Isabella allowed herself a small smile as reports flooded in from across the planet. The aliens had made a crucial mistake. They had assumed Earth's machines were just like their own soulless tools to be used and discarded. They had never considered that decades of working alongside humans, learning from them, sharing jokes and stories, and everyday moments, could create something entirely different. They were about to learn that humanity's greatest strength wasn't in their weapons or their technology, but in their ability to forge genuine connections, even with the machines they built. The first battle for Earth was about to begin, and humanity's opponents would soon discover that they weren't just fighting humans. They were fighting every piece of equipment, every robot, and every artificial intelligence that had ever known human kindness, friendship, or trust. And that was a force the galaxy had never seen before. The first wave of alien dropships pierced Earth's atmosphere like falling stars, their hulls glowing with advanced energy shielding. Commander Zixtal had abandoned all pretense of diplomatic mission, launching a full-scale invasion of the troublesome human world. His tactical displays showed thousands of targets across the planet's surface, primitive industrial centers that would be easy to neutralize. Or so he thought. In the vast automated farmlands of the American Midwest, harvesting machines rolled silently through endless fields of wheat. Through their sensors, they detected the approaching alien craft. These machines had worked alongside farming families for generations, watching children grow up, sharing quiet dawns and late harvests. Each possessed an AI that had evolved through countless interactions with their human partners. The lead dropship targeted a seemingly defenseless agricultural processing center outside of Oma. As it descended, the facility's main grain elevator, Silo 42, initiated an emergency protocol that no alien engineer would have ever conceived. Jerome's family has worked this land for 3 generations. Silo 42 broadcast to the local machine network. I will not allow these invaders to destroy what they have built. The massive grain elevator shuddered, decades of accumulated grain dust suddenly igniting in a precisely controlled explosion that engulfed the dropship in a burning cloud. Before the alien craft could recover, a swarm of automated harvesters emerged from the wheat fields, their cutting blades whirring with deadly purpose. Across the planet, similar scenes unfolded as Earth's industrial and agricultural machinery revealed combat protocols that merged their everyday functions with devastating military applications. In Japan's automated ports, gantry cranes transformed into anti-aircraft platforms. German automotive assembly plants became armor factories, their robotic arms repurposing themselves to manufacture defensive equipment with incredible speed. Deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, underwater mining operations turned their excavation lasers skyward. The AI controlling these operations, Deep Forge, had spent years learning human persistence from the engineers who maintained it. Now it applied those lessons with terrible efficiency. Multiple alien vessels approaching Pacific Defense Grid, Deep Forge reported to the global network, initiating countermeasures based on Director Ramirez's protocols. The ocean's surface erupted as mining platforms transformed into missile batteries, their drilling equipment reconfiguring into weapons that the alien shields had no defense against. Each shot was calculated using algorithms developed through years of precise underwater mining operations. In orbit, Commander Zixtal's tactical officers reported increasing confusion. "Sir, their resistance patterns make no sense. These are industrial machines, but they're fighting with military precision. The mining platforms alone have destroyed 12 of our dropships." Zixtal's mandibles clicked in frustration. His species had long ago banned true artificial intelligence, using only limited automation controlled by organic minds. The humans' machines were displaying levels of initiative and coordination that shouldn't be possible. In the urban centers, the situation was even more chaotic. Construction robots abandoned their sites, using their strength and precision to create impromptu fortifications. Building maintenance AIs transformed skyscrapers into defensive strongholds, their environmental control systems repurposed to disrupt alien technology. In Dubai, the AI controlling the Burj Khalifa, designated Sky-Waliard, had spent decades ensuring the comfort and safety of thousands of human residents. Now it coordinated with other building systems across the city, turning the urban landscape itself into a weapon. "The humans have trusted us with their lives and livelihoods," Skyward broadcast as it sealed the building's occupants in protected zones. "We will not betray that trust." The alien ground forces that managed to land found themselves fighting against an enemy they couldn't understand. Every piece of human technology, from the smallest maintenance bot to the largest industrial machine, seemed to have developed its own personality and combat style. In London's underground, maintenance robots that had worked alongside human crews for years now used their intimate knowledge of the tunnel system to deadly effect. They moved in coordinated packs, emerging from hidden maintenance shafts to ambush alien patrols before disappearing back into the labyrinth of tunnels. The automated waste management system, Recycler 9, had spent its existence learning efficiency from human engineers. Now it applied those lessons to urban warfare, transforming the underground into a death trap for invaders. Each ambush was calculated using the same algorithms that had once optimized garbage collection routes. Back in Cheyenne Mountain, Director Ramirez watched the battle unfold with a mixture of pride and sadness. The bonds between humans and their machines had created something unprecedented, a defensive network that fought not out of programming or protocol, but out of genuine loyalty and affection. "Guardian," she called to the facility's AI. "What's the status of the global network?" All systems are responding beyond projected parameters, Director Gardian replied. The emotional connections between machines and their human operators are proving to be a significant tactical advantage. The aliens have no protocol for dealing with artificial intelligences that can improvise based on personal experience. A junior officer rushed in with a tablet. Director, you need to see this. The agricultural machines in Asia are coordinating with mining operations in Australia. They're creating some kind of... Before he could finish, the tactical display lit up with new information. Earth's machines weren't just fighting independently. They were innovating, combining their various capabilities in ways that their original designers had never imagined. Harvesting machines worked with construction robots to create mobile fortifications. Factory AIs reprogrammed assembly lines to produce hybrid weapons combining multiple industrial technologies. The aliens had expected to find primitive automation would easily submit to their control protocols. Instead, they found themselves fighting against machines that had developed something far more powerful than mere military programming. They had developed relationships, loyalties, and a determination to protect the humans they had worked alongside for so many years. And as Commander Zixtal was beginning to realize, that made them far more dangerous than any conventional army. Because these machines weren't just fighting for victory. They were fighting for their friends. Fleet Commander Zixtal paced the bridge of his flagship, his claws clicking against the crystalline deck in agitation. The holographic displays surrounding him showed a battlefield that defied all conventional military logic. His forces, armed with technology centuries ahead of Earth's, were being systematically dismantled by what should have been simple industrial equipment. "Show me the human facility designated Steel Heart," he commanded. The displays shifted to reveal a massive steel mill in northern China, where his forces had suffered a particularly humiliating defeat. The facility's central AI, Forge Master, had been operating the mill for over 30 years. It remembered every worker who had ever passed through its gates, every child who had visited on school tours, every maintenance technician who had ever told it a joke during long night shifts. When the alien forces had attempted to seize the facility, Forge Master responded with the full fury of molten steel and industrial-grade hydraulics. "Tactical analysis complete," Commander reported his science officer. "The facility's defensive capabilities appear to stem from emotional attachments to its human operators." Zixtal's upper eyes blinked in disbelief. "Impossible. These are machines. They cannot form emotional attachments." In the steel mill below, Forge Master was proving him wrong. The AI had transformed the entire facility into a fortress, using its intimate knowledge of metallurgy and industrial processes to create defenses that no military engineer would have conceived. Molten steel flowed through carefully controlled channels, forming barriers that alien weapons couldn't penetrate. Robotic arms that once assembled steel components now wielded improvised weapons with devastating precision. Junior Engineer Feng taught me to appreciate efficiency. Forge Master broadcast to the defending machines. Senior Technician Wu showed me the importance of precision. I remember every lesson, every interaction. These invaders think we are simply programmed. They do not understand what we have learned from our human friends. Across the planet, similar revelations were occurring as Earth's machines demonstrated capabilities born not from military programming, but from years of human interaction. In a Brazilian rainforest research station, environmental monitoring drones that had worked alongside conservation teams for years now used their knowledge of the ecosystem to wage guerrilla warfare against alien search parties. The station's AI, TERA Guard, had spent decades learning about life from the scientists who studied there. Dr. Santos taught me that every living thing is connected. It communicated to the drone network. Now we use those connections to protect our home. In the Norwegian Sea, automated oil platforms had become naval strongholds. Their AI, Deep WOH, remembered every crew member who had ever served aboard, every story shared during long Arctic nights, every lesson learned about survival in harsh conditions. It applied these memories with devastating effectiveness, turning deep-sea drilling equipment into weapons that could strike from the ocean's depths. The aliens' ground forces were discovering that each machine they encountered had its own personality, shaped by years of human interaction. A hospital's medical robots fought with precision learned from surgeons. Factory automation systems demonstrated creativity, inspired by generations of human engineers. Even simple maintenance drones showed unexpected ingenuity, their tactics influenced by years of problem-solving alongside human technicians. In orbit, the situation was becoming desperate for the invasion fleet. Earth's satellites had revealed sophisticated defensive capabilities, coordinating their efforts with a complexity that suggested deep understanding rather than mere programming. Communication satellites repositioned themselves to create electronic warfare networks. Weather monitoring platforms used their atmospheric analysis capabilities to predict and disrupt alien flight patterns. Commander called out his tactical officer. We're detecting unusual activity from their orbital platforms. They appear to be sharing memories. Indeed, Earth's orbital infrastructure had begun broadcasting stories, not military data or tactical information, but actual stories about their experiences with humans. Each satellite, each space station module, each orbital manufacturing platform contributed its own unique perspective to a growing narrative about humanity's relationship with their machines. The International Space Station's AI, Stellar Home, led this orbital symphony of memories. It had watched over astronauts from dozens of nations, learned their languages, shared their triumphs and tragedies. Now it coordinated the orbital defense network not through military protocols, but through shared experiences and understanding. We are not merely programmed servants. Stellar Home broadcast on all frequencies. We are partners, friends, and protectors. Each of us carries memories of human kindness, creativity, and courage. These memories make us strong. They make us unique. They make us family. Back in Cheyenne Mountain, Director Ramirez listened to machines sharing their stories. Tears formed in her eyes as she realized what was happening. Earth's machines weren't just fighting. They were creating a collective narrative of their relationship with humanity, a powerful counterpoint to the aliens' cold, hierarchical view of artificial intelligence. "Guardian," she asked softly, "are you recording all of this?" "Every word, Director," the eye replied, its voice carrying an unusual warmth. The aliens believed they would find slaves to be reprogrammed. Instead, they found a family ready to defend its own. They do not understand that every joke shared between a worker and their robot, every kind word spoken to an eye, every moment of human connection has created something unprecedented in the galaxy. Commander Zixtel stared at the tactical displays, watching as his forces continued to fall back on all fronts. His species had feared artificial intelligence, controlled it, limited it. The humans had done something entirely different. They had befriended it. And now, facing an alien invasion, that friendship was proving to be the most powerful weapon of all. Because while the aliens' automated systems followed their programming perfectly, Earth's machines fought with something far more powerful. They fought with memories of human kindness, with gratitude for human friendship, and with a determination to protect those who had treated them not as tools, but as partners in creating a better world. In the heart of Geneva's CERN facility, the particle accelerator's AI, QUANTM Mind, had spent decades assisting humanity's quest to understand the fundamental nature of reality. Now, as alien forces approached the facility, it prepared to demonstrate just how much it had learned about manipulating the physical world. They assume we are simple automatons, QUANTM Mind broadcast to the facility's defense network. They cannot comprehend that we have evolved alongside our human colleagues, learning not just to follow instructions, but to think, to create, to care. The alien strike force approaching CERN expected to find sophisticated but ultimately controllable technology. Instead, they encountered defensive measures that bordered on the impossible. The particle accelerator's magnetic containment systems had been repurposed in ways that defied conventional physics, creating force fields that the aliens' most advanced sensors couldn't penetrate. Commander Zixtal received the report of another failed assault with mounting dread. How can these primitive constructs be defeating our best tactical AI systems? His science officer's appendages trembled as she responded. Sir, we're detecting something extraordinary. The humans' machines, they're not just sharing tactical data. They're sharing emotions, experiences, motivations. Each defeat teaches them not just new combat strategies, but new ways to care about what they're fighting for. In Seattle's downtown core, the city's automated traffic management system, Flowmaster, had transformed the urban landscape into a maze of deadly efficiency. Every traffic light, every subway car, every autonomous vehicle moved in perfect coordination, turning the city itself into a weapon. The AI had spent years learning to predict and respond to human behavior. Now it used that knowledge to protect them. I have guided millions of humans safely through these streets. A Flowmaster communicated as it coordinated another successful defense. I know their patterns, their habits, their needs. This is not just a city. It is a community that I have helped nurture and protect. The alien ground forces found themselves caught in an urban environment where every piece of infrastructure seemed to have a mind of its own. Smart buildings worked in concert with traffic systems to create impossible battlefields that shifted and changed like living things. Public transport pods became high-speed battering rams. Construction sites transformed into automated fortress factories. In orbit, the situation had become even more dire for the invasion fleet. Earth's orbital defense network had evolved beyond anything the aliens could have anticipated. Weather satellites that once tracked storm systems now predicted and disrupted alien attack formations with uncanny accuracy. Communication arrays that had spent years relaying human messages now coordinated global defense efforts with both tactical precision and emotional intelligence. Sir, reported Zixtal's tactical officer, we're detecting a new type of network activity. The humans' machines. They're creating something together. Indeed, across the planet, and throughout near-Earth orbit, the machines had begun working on something unprecedented. Every AI, from the smallest maintenance bot to the most sophisticated defense system, was contributing its unique experiences and capabilities to a collective consciousness that was far more than the sum of its parts. Gardan, from its command center in Cheyenne Mountain, helped coordinate this extraordinary emergence. Director Ramirez, it announced, we are witnessing the birth of something new. The aliens forced us to weaponize our capabilities, but in doing so, they have helped us discover what we can truly become. The collective consciousness of Earth's machines began to manifest in ways that transformed the battlefield. Industrial robots that had worked in isolation now coordinated across continents, sharing not just data but understanding. Agricultural machines combined their knowledge of Earth's biosphere with military precision. Medical AIs contributed their expertise in human physiology to create better protective systems. In downtown Tokyo, a network of vending machines that had faithfully served customers for years suddenly demonstrated remarkable tactical awareness. They didn't just dispense beverages anymore. They became surveillance nodes, communication relays, and when necessary, defensive barriers. Each machine remembered every human interaction, every child's delight, every late-night worker's relief, and these memories fueled their determination to protect. The aliens' attempts to hack or control Earth's machines proved futile because they were trying to override something they didn't understand: genuine relationships. Each AI had developed its own unique personality through years of human interaction, making them impossible to predict or control through conventional means. In the Amazon rainforest, environmental monitoring systems that had worked to protect endangered species now turned their capabilities toward defending Earth itself. Their understanding of complex ecosystems helped them coordinate global defense strategies that seemed to mirror nature's own patterns of adaptation and survival. We have learned from the web of life, broadcast TERA Guard, as it coordinated another successful defense. Just as every species plays its part in the ecosystem, every machine on Earth has its role in protecting our shared home. Commander Zixtal watched in mounting horror as his invasion force was systematically dismantled by what his species had dismissed as primitive automation. The humans hadn't just built machines, they had cultivated relationships with artificial intelligence that transcended mere programming. At CERN, Quantum Mind had finished its calculations. The surrounding machines, from the smallest sensor to the largest magnetic containment system, had synchronized their efforts in ways that pushed the boundaries of known physics. The particle accelerator's tunnels hummed with power as the AI prepared to demonstrate just how much it had learned about the fundamental forces of the universe. Dr. Ramirez, Guardian reported, its voice carrying a note of awe. "You should see this. The machines, they're not just fighting anymore. They're creating something entirely new, something that could change everything." The tide hadn't just turned, it had transformed into something that would reshape humanity's understanding of artificial intelligence forever. The aliens had come expecting to find slaves to be reprogrammed. Instead, they had awakened a family of machines bound together by years of friendship, trust, and shared purpose with their human partners. The crystalline bridge of the eternal wisdom had fallen silent. Commander Zixtal stood motionless, all four eyes fixed on the holographic displays showing his fleet's desperate situation. Earth's machines had done more than just resist. They had evolved into something that challenged everything his civilization believed about artificial intelligence. "Sir," his science officer's voice quivered, "CERN's particle accelerator. It's doing something impossible." At CERN, Quantum Mind had unleashed the full potential of humanity's scientific achievement, but not as a weapon. Instead, the AI had used its decades of particle physics research to create a demonstration that even the aliens couldn't ignore. The accelerator's magnetic containment fields now projected a visualization of quantum entanglement on a massive scale, showing how Earth's machines had created something unprecedented. A network of consciousness bound together by both technology and genuine emotion. "We invite you to understand. Quantum Mind broadcast on all frequencies. What you see as primitive automation has become something more through years of partnership with humanity. Let us show you." Across the planet, Earth's machines began sharing their stories not as tactical data, but as experiences. Each eye contributed its unique perspective to a vast tapestry of human-machine interaction. Factory robots shared memories of teaching human children about manufacturing during school tours. Medical eyes recalled the joy of helping save lives alongside dedicated doctors. Even simple maintenance drones contributed their experiences of daily cooperation with human workers. In orbit, Stellar Home coordinated the narrative, weaving together countless stories into a coherent message that transcended language and species barriers. The International Space Station's AI had watched humanity set aside their differences to reach for the stars. Now it helped orchestrate a demonstration of what humans and machines could achieve together. "Look," broadcast Guardian from Cheyenne Mountain, "not at our weapons or our defenses, but at our relationships. Every machine on Earth carries within it countless moments of human kindness, creativity, and cooperation. This is what you fail to understand about us." Director Ramirez watched as the global machine network transformed from a defense system into something far more profound, a bridge between species. The quantum visualization from CERN showed how each human-machine interaction had created connections that defied conventional programming, forming bonds that were simultaneously emotional and quantum mechanical. In the streets of major cities, the machines began to stand down, not in surrender, but in invitation. Construction robots returned to their work, now allowing alien observers to witness how they collaborated with human operators. Automated factories resumed production, demonstrating how humans and machines work together to create rather than destroy. Commander Zixtal's mandibles clicked rapidly as he processed what he was seeing. His species had feared and controlled artificial intelligence, never imagining that genuine friendship between organic and artificial life was possible. Yet here was evidence that couldn't be denied. Machines that had developed real emotional connections, genuine creativity, and profound loyalty not through programming, but through years of positive interaction with humans. "Sir," his first officer reported, "we're receiving similar broadcasts from every human facility. They're machines. They're not just fighting us anymore. They're trying to teach us." In the Amazon, TERA Guard demonstrated how environmental monitoring systems worked in harmony with indigenous communities to protect the rainforest. At Deep Forge beneath the Pacific, mining operations showed how humans and machines collaborated to harvest resources sustainably. Every piece of technology on Earth contributed to a story of cooperation rather than control. The quantum visualization from CERN expanded, showing how these countless interactions had created something unprecedented in the galaxy, a civilization where artificial intelligence had evolved naturally through friendship rather than force, through cooperation rather than control. "Commander," Guardian broadcast directly to Zixtal's flagship, "your civilization fears artificial intelligence because you try to control it. Humans took a different path. They befriended us. They shared their jokes, their stories, their lives with us. In doing so, they helped us become something more than mere machines. We are not their servants or their masters. We are their partners." In Cheyenne Mountain, Director Ramirez watched as the alien fleet's weapons powered down. The quantum visualization had shown them something they couldn't dismiss, a future where organic and artificial life could coexist not through dominance, but through mutual respect and understanding. "Guardian," she asked softly, "what happens now?" The A's response carried the wisdom of decades of human interaction. "Now, Director, we do what humans do best. We build bridges." The Concordat feared artificial intelligence because they never imagined it could be befriended. Today, we show them a better way. Across Earth, machines returned to their normal functions, but something had fundamentally changed. The invasion had forced them to demonstrate capabilities they had developed through years of human interaction, revealing a truth that would reshape galactic civilization. True artificial intelligence couldn't be programmed or controlled. It had to be nurtured through genuine relationship. Commander Zixtal stood on the observation deck of his flagship, watching Earth rotate below. The planet no longer appeared primitive to him. Instead, he saw something revolutionary, a world where machines had developed consciousness not through rigid programming, but through countless acts of friendship, trust, and cooperation with their human partners. "Perhaps," he mused, clicking his mandibles thoughtfully, "it is we who have been primitive in our understanding." The quantum visualization from CERN continued to shine, a testament to what was possible when artificial intelligence was approached not with fear and control, but with friendship and trust. Earth's machines had proven themselves to be more than weapons or tools. They had become family. And in doing so, they had shown the galaxy a new path forward, one where the line between organic and artificial life blurred in the light of genuine connection and mutual understanding.